What's up, guys? Here we are, Friday night, Monster Motivator TV coming to you real, raw, and live. Wait till you hear this story. 15-year-old Phenom on the guitar. Brad Zink, who was on our show a few weeks ago, told me, you got to get this kid on your show. Amazing, amazing guitar player, and just an all-around great kid. And we happen to live in the same town, Fallbrook, but we're coming to you from Marietta, from our studio. So I'm pumped to hear this story. And the reason I'm so excited to hear this story is be honest with you. You know, I always talk about, listen, embrace your story. Your story isn't about you. Wear those scars proud, right? But I was on a podcast not long ago, and somebody asked me, is there anything in your life that you regret? And I'm going to be honest with you. I said, you know, when I think about it, there is one thing. I wish early on in my business world, in my business time, in my early 20s, that I followed my passion instead of following the profit. You know, going down the other road, going down that profit road, just isn't the same fulfillment. When I see kids that are following their passion, whether they're skateboarders, whether they're athletes, whether they're musicians, whether they're artists, whatever that is, man, I'm so in awe that they've been able to find and follow their passion and have the courage to do that from day one, man. And this is who I'm sitting next to, man, my boy Anthony Cullins. He's going to introduce himself, and we're going to get right into his story and share what he's doing. Now, I tried to talk him into bringing his guitar, but he's got a gig tomorrow night, and he's all set up, so we kind of missed the boat. We're going to bring him back on, and we're going to get him to play guitar. Deal?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you heard that. He committed to that.
Yeah.
So Anthony, introduce yourself. Tell him where you're from.
All right. Yeah. Well, my name's Anthony Cullins. I'm a 15-year-old guitar player from Fallbrook, California.
Okay. All right. So you born and raised in Fallbrook?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Awesome. So you've always been into music?
I've always listened to music, and yeah.
Yeah. What's it do for you? How come you've always loved it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, man.
You just feel it.
I just like it.
What kind of music?
Anything, really. Anything, yeah.
Yeah. Well, now, what kind of music do you actually play? Like, what's your genre?
Blues, funk,
really?
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow, 15 years old, man. You know, who would have ever thought, right? Did you always enjoy playing the guitar?
Oh yeah.
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 Was it
so? I picked it up.
So was it the guitar from day one, or did you have to do other instruments?
No, it was the guitar from day one.
From day one, huh? The electric guitar.
Oh
now,
yeah.
Do you do acoustic? Or?
Oh yeah. I mean, the way I look at it, if you start out with acoustic, and you know anything you're learning new, you gotta just take it on with acoustic, because that's the basic.
Oh, is that
right
the foundation?
That's the foundation right there. And if you can do it on acoustic, you can do it on electric.
Okay.
Because it plays a lot easier on electric.
Does it? Okay, so that's your foundation. Yeah, it's like a lot of guys that ride street bikes. When you start with a dirt bike, you know, it's that foundation.
Yeah, exactly.
So how early on did you start would you pick up your first guitar? How old were you? Because I know you're 15, so we can't go back that far.
No. Well, I guess I've seen pictures of me when I was little. I don't know exactly how old I was, but you know, my grandma used to bring home these little guitars from TJ. You know, they're probably about this big. And
yeah.
I guess I used to run around the house playing with them.
And just started picking it up.
Yeah, and I bought my first guitar when I was 9 years old, turning 10.
Wow.
I spent the whole summer mowing lawns, doing odd jobs, and bought it at Costco.
Really?
Yeah, at Costco. I still have it to this day.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid of that.
No, it's being hot rodded right now, so I can actually use it for some shows and stuff like that.
What do you mean hot rodded?
I got pinstripes being put on it. I mean, all the electronics taken out and redone. And stuff, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So you cut lawns just to get your first guitar.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Love it.
Now I'm doing gigs and stuff. It's weird because, you know, not too long ago I was doing odd jobs, and now I'm making money doing what I love to do. It's pretty cool.
And you know what, that's honestly, man, you're so far ahead of so many people, so many adults, because you're following your passion, you're following your drive, and man, it doesn't get any better than that, right?
Yeah.
At 15 years old now, I know it's hard to see all that, but man, when you get older and you keep following that passion, man, that's the way to live life, man. I give you a lot of credit for that. And I also give your parents a lot of credit for letting you, embracing that, and I know your dad does a lot with you as far as traveling, right?
Yeah.
So you're in a band, right? And what's the band called?
Well, we just go by Fallbrook Kid because that's what everybody calls me.
Fallbrook Kid, all
I
right.
would just stick with it.
Hey, listen, man, it worked for Kid Rock, right? So if it worked for Kid Rock, that's not a bad direction. And you have a band that you're playing with now,
Yeah.
right? And I know this is your CD,
Yeah, that's
right?
the 4-song EP.
And these are the guys you play with all the time? Or does it change up?
It's always different. It's
Is
always
it?
different. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The rhythm section's always different. It's always changing.
Oh, now how is that hard to?
No, not at all, because the caliber of musicians I have the honor to play with
Really?
are just phenomenal.
Just at a really high level, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, who is in that world, who would be your not your mentor, but like, who's your favorite guitarist? How about that?
Oh man, that's hard. Can I list?
Yeah, absolutely. And then give us why.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because this is your world, man. So you're gonna bring us into your world, right? Pretty deep.
On a question I never thought about before.
That's all right.
So there's a lot, and this is just going at the top of my head. If you give me like
I'll give you an example, right? Greg from Steve Miller Band, when he was on, he said the first time he saw Jimi Hendrix live, it was like he thought this guy was from Mars. He couldn't believe what he was watching, what he was witnessing, and he said it just, for him, he was into it before, but it just took it to another level, and just like watching somebody that didn't even seem mortal. Is what he said. He saw him like 3 or 4 times live, and so that was something like an aha moment for him. Do you have anybody that really clicks for you like that?
Oh, there's so many. I remember when I first started playing.
Yeah.
I just knew how to play rhythm because that's the most important part. You have to learn rhythm. Okay. You need to know the foundation in order.
Sure.
To go and play over that foundation.
Okay.
And so I remember one night I was at this jam, and I met this guy Paul Alvarado, and dude, at the time I was never really going out that much,
Right.
Only to jams, but there's.
How old were you?
12.
Wow.
Or 11, 12, and
right.
And it was like a lot of acoustic players, stuff like that, really good players and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it didn't really catch like my ear really. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I knew it sounded good. I liked it, but it wasn't really what I was like. Dude, that's what I want to do.
Right. That wasn't the attraction.
So one night there was this guy in there, and he was hosting it with a bass player, another guitar player. His name's Paul Alvarado, and his tone. I never seen a guitar player play like that. I never heard a guitar player so crisp and so confident in their playing. And I was ever since that night, I was like, okay, that's what I want to do.
That was it. That was the click.
I want to be like that. I want to be playing like that.
Wow.
And I did that for like a whole year. For like 2 years, I was like, if I can't play like him, then I don't even want to play.
That's what you modeled.
Yeah.
You modeled him.
Yeah.
And that just clicked for you. And I love that because we talk about that in business, right? Yeah. And in life. Look, if somebody's doing what you want to do, or they're at that level where you want to be, just don't reinvent the wheel. Model that person.
And ever since then, and I mean, some people, they either want to stay on top and be better than everybody, or there's other people where they want to play with people that, I guess you could say, make them look bad, but it's not in a bad way. It's a friendly, competitive way.
Yeah. And
so I really like to play with people levels above me because you learn a lot from playing on stage with those people, and you just you take in everything they're doing. You take in their tone, just everything about them, and it's like a field trip pretty much. When you get on that stage with them, it's awesome. Like you're in a whole other dimension, and you're like just with them. You're not conscious of the audience or anyone else because you're so focused on what's going on stage.
See, I love that, and again, it all ties into life, it all ties into business, what you're talking about, because whoever you surround yourself with, you become, right?
Yeah. And
that's why, if you grew up in England, you'd have that English accent, right?
Yeah.
That UK accent, because that's your environment. That's what you. Yeah. And I love the fact that you're humble enough and want to learn so much, and you're hungry enough to be around those people that move you up. Those people that let their ego or let the fear stop them from moving forward.
Or it's either they realize it too late. They realize that way later on in their musical career.
Yeah, in life, really.
When it's kind of hard to get that opportunity again.
Yeah. Now, do you still stay in touch with that guy, the guitarist?
Oh, that guy's right there.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. We got him in studio.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. It's got to be a great feeling, man, when you hear that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's legit. That's legit. So we got him in the studio. Awesome, man. Awesome. So, what other guitarists do you you love to listen to for different reasons?
And I have much respect for any guitar player, any musician that's out, working, putting in the time and effort on the music scene. But when it comes out to guitar players, of course, there's the ones that everyone could think of, Hendrix, Clapton, Page, all those guys, Jeff Beck. But then, there's some of the more obscure ones that a lot of people don't really think of because you don't think of them individually, you think of them as the whole band.
As a band, okay.
Only John Roth from the Scorpions, you don't think of him individually, you think
Right.
of the Scorpions. Or Gary Moore, Eddie Hazel, Peter Green from early Fleetwood Mac, and there's just a whole bunch. I could write you literally a whole
This is your world, man.
like a list, like just a big list.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. So, what are you doing now? Where are you playing? I mean, are you in school full time?
Yeah.
And then you just do this on the weekends and then
Well, so right now I'm a sophomore at Mission Vista High School. I'm the 76.
Okay.
And music, I do it on the weekends, but also weeknights too. Just depending how my schedule is. It could be weeknights and not the weekend. It just depends on my schedule, whatever I have booked that week.
Okay. How do you like school?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah,
You
I
do good?
like school. Yeah, A's and B's.
All right. And now is music your only outlet? Do you play sports? Do you do other things?
I did football for 8 years, and I did fight ball, baseball.
All right.
For 5-6 years. 5
Okay.
years.
So are you playing any sports now, or are you just doing
Right
music?
now, just music,
Okay.
but I still work out and stuff like that, keep in shape.
Yeah, we were talking about you like the gym, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Whenever I have time to go. Otherwise, when I don't, I have weights at home or go run and stuff like that.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. So, so your band now, where are you just playing local?
All over. Like we just did a show up in Long Beach, opening up for Texas blues guitar player Lance Lopez.
Okay.
And locally, it's everywhere. It's just all over.
All SoCal.
Yeah, SoCal.
Yeah, SoCal. And then we're going to share, before we jump off, we're going to share where you can find Anthony. Anthony's also going to jump on after and connect with you guys. So he's going to be real easy to find. And I know, Marion, we had some people jump on.
Yeah, we have Kathy Morris Nassau.
All right, Kathy.
Anthony, you go, kiddo.
All right. Thank you for jumping on. Anybody else?
Wade, doing good?
Wade, man, can always count on you, brother. Thank you for taking the time, man, and jumping on and showing the love and connect with this kid. And he's going to show you how to get his CD and listen to his music. Because Brad Zink, I mean, I'm telling you, man, he is your biggest fan. He couldn't say enough about you. And I mean, he literally wouldn't leave the studio. He says, "You got to get this kid on. You got to get this kid on." So great, he's your biggest fan.
He's a good guy.
He's awesome. Anybody else, Marion?
David Hoover said awesome.
All right, is that your boy?
Yeah, we were just talking about him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just talking about him.
All right, good. Well, thank you, David, for jumping on, man. Great kid here. Anybody else, Marion?
Lane Ryder.
Oh, another good friend of mine.
All right, you're bringing him in.
Yeah, he's a good
Awesome. Well, make sure you.
Okay, and Anthony, this has to be Francis Leah Carrera Cruz.
Okay.
I don't know the top of my head. I'd have to see the face of him.
Did she say
Sorry about
anything? Did she just jump on, or she commented?
No, she just jumped on with a heart.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for jumping on. Anthony's bringing the heat. Anybody else, Marion?
Leah Friday.
Oh, Leah. Yeah. Now, she's up in Canada, and she plays in a band herself, in a rock band. So
Okay.
I sent her your promo before we went on. I knew she'd be interested in hearing your story and how to get in touch with you. So when you jump off, right? When we jump off, make sure you connect with these people, because they'll be a great contact. Anybody else, Marion?
Robin Wilson has I Am, and then if you haven't seen this young man, you must. You don't want to miss him.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on. Anybody else, Marion?
Rex, Cass, just cool to see more and more people getting hip. And Anthony, good on you, kid.
All right.
Say hi.
All right. We're loving it. We're loving the love. Who else, Marion?
Let's see. We got some more. Kathy Cupcake
Okay. Kathy?
and Julie Kuska
All right. All right. Thank you guys.
and Alex Barrera.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys for taking the time and jumping on. So,
Angelina Maria.
awesome. So, Anthony, where do you see yourself going? Where do you want to go with this?
Well, right now, what I'm looking at right now is going to college for music.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So right now, I'm taking music theory classes and stuff like that.
In high school.
Yeah,
Okay.
and outside of it too with David Blackburn. He's a well-established guitar player. Has much respect, you know, for his.
So you actually take lessons with him? Is that what you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
on music theory and just how everything works and how it's all pieced together and just
Right.
why is it.
And do
This way.
you love that part of it too?
Yeah,
as well?
yeah, because having the knowledge just it really helps with songwriting, and it just helps with on the spot. Let's say anyone can get on stage and they get a key and they just jump right into the song. But he's really helping me out with what else can you do instead of just playing the same thing they're playing. So what they call is extensions, inverted. So it's basically like you're thinking outside of the box and how can you complement the song.
So it's expanding your knowledge, which
Yeah,
now is going to expand your playing ability, take you to a whole nother level.
And the great thing about it too is the learning, it never ends. You can still be learning till the day you die.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
sure
it'll never end.
I'm sure it's right.
It'll never
You
end.
can still learn constantly, and what's the greatest thing about it is you're doing something that you absolutely love. It becomes your oxygen.
Yeah,
It becomes who you are. It becomes your identity. I love that. And then, do you know what college you want to go to? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head. I've been looking at a few like Berkeley and Boston, but I don't know. I'm just looking at a few right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
Awesome. But you're still going to be playing in a band. You're still going to be.
Oh yeah. So, of
You know.
course, still playing shows and stuff like that.
Okay. But eventually, do you want to do it full time? Do you want to have a band and just tour?
There's many different ways I can go.
Okay.
If I, just do things right, and just, stay on top of things. And so I don't know. There's a few different angles I could go at it, but I'm not too sure yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, you got it together, man. At 15 years old, you're light years ahead of a lot of 15-year-olds and a lot of 18-year-olds and some 30-year-olds. To be honest with you, man, I give you a lot of credit. Give your parents a lot of credit, man. So, good kid, really good kid. Great head on your shoulders, and very mature for your age, man. To understand how important it is to have people around you to take you to that next level. How important it is to learn, kind of, and I'm going to lack of a better term, behind the scenes of your craft.
Yeah.
It's at 15 years old, man. That's big time, man.
Thank you very
That's
much.
big time.
I appreciate that.
So, before we jump off, is there anything you want to share? Is there anything I didn't talk about that you want to share?
I can't think of. Oh well. So you talked about the EP, that CD right there.
Yeah.
Well, right now we're finishing recording the full CD, and that's going to be 11 songs on it.
And when will that be out?
We're thinking December. We're not too sure.
Okay.
But sometime
In the next
2017.
Yeah. Okay. In the next few months.
Probably 2017.
Yeah. Next few months.
Next few months. Yeah.
Okay.
And
it'll be the full.
And that one is the one we're gonna sell online and stuff like that.
Will that be your first one?
Yeah, I guess you could call it the first CD. I guess. Yeah, the first full CD. Yeah.
Okay. And are there songs that you wrote yourself?
Yeah. This EP is all 4 originals, and then the CD, the full length CD, is 11 originals. The whole CD is all originals.
Did you write them all?
Yeah, I wrote them all.
How do you like writing?
Oh, I love it because, you can become, a really good guitar player and learn all these riffs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But really, what is going to make you stand out is your songwriting. That's what's really going to take you to the next level. It's good to play other people's songs and stuff like that, but if you really want to get to the next level and really want to make a name for yourself, like think about Cream and bands, just a lot of famous bands, how do they, really get famous? They wrote their own songs and put them out there, and you see if people like them, and that's really what songwriting is. You just see what different audiences.
Do you feel like the songwriting helps your playing?
I would say, it's always different because I'll write a song, or I'll come across something and be like, "Oh, I never thought of that before," or
so it does,
or certain riffs. It could be vice versa. Certain riffs and stuff like that, or I'll be like, "Whoa, that's kind of cool. I should, write a song around that." Or it's always
it just opens up other doors, other things that you didn't think about, right? Which is that creative juices, right?
Yeah.
And that's who you are. You're an artist, right? And you're creative, so you're always looking for that different opening. I love that. And I want to before we jump off, I definitely want to touch on these highlights, man, because it's always the same recipe, different ingredients. Whether we're talking about a 15-year-old kid, Phenom guitar player, or a business person, right? He's doing the same thing that successful people do. He's surrounding himself with the right people. He's understanding and staying humble that's going to take him to another level. He's searching out for coaches and mentors to take his skills to another level. And then he's talking about how writing, right? Another part of this whole deal takes everything to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it does, because that's what really makes you stand out is, people like what you're writing and stuff, and people take notice of it, then,
right.
That's how you're starting to stick out from the crowd.
Right, and I think really how you stick out from the crowd, and look at me, I'm a motivational speaker, and when I walk into a room, I just did a keynote in La Jolla in a very corporate setting, and as soon as I walk in, they're looking at me like, what? Who's this guy? Right? But how you really stick out, I believe, is I always look at it as I don't worry about if they're going to like my stuff, if they like what I say. I'm just going to be me and let the chips fall where they may. And that's exactly. And I think that's where you're going to have such a great advantage because of you're starting so early, and you have such a passion for it, man. It's such a cool thing for me to watch. It really is, because I wish I went down that road. And if there's one regret, that's what I would say. And it's so cool to see a young kid do that, man. I love that. So these are highlights. These are the things you want to check off. Is surround yourself with the right people, follow your passion, have the courage to do what this kid's doing. And this is don't make no mistake, man. This is courage. What he's doing, whether you get identified or not, and I know you probably can't, it's courage to be able to follow your passion, not worry about what the outside noise says. And it also takes a lot for his parents to let him do that and embrace that and let him really run with it. I mean, that's the ultimate gift, man, because there's a lot of parents, they're going to listen to that outside noise. They're going to let other people dictate what they think their own kids should do because they think that's the right thing to do. And you know what? If college isn't the right thing for him, whatever that direction is, I give their parents a lot of credit, man, for doing that. So, again, that's another lesson learned for a lot of people out there, hopefully. I see, Marion, we had a few more people jump on. Before we jump off, I want to make sure I acknowledge them.
Okay, let's see, Rebecca Castello.
Okay.
And she goes, hi, Anthony, I want a CD when it drops.
There you go. He'll keep you guys posted for sure. And if you can't find him, just reach out to me. I know where to find him now.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Paulie Capone, he's going to be a big star, great parent.
Awesome.
Very cool. Very
Justin
cool.
Wilson says, no doubt, Paulie. And Jack Cannon and Victor Franklin are two established players he plays with. That shows the level of his talent.
Those are good buddies of mine.
Okay.
Dave Mann, a big, I'll say, heck yeah. Keep up the good work. Work, Anthony, okay? And that's all the censored ones, okay?
There you go. Well, we're keeping it real raw and live, so bring them. Man, obviously you're getting a lot of love out there. A lot of people are feeling what you're doing, man. It must be a great feeling.
Yeah, you know, it's cool because, you know, there's like just a lot of people really supporting me and stuff, and it means a lot too. And it really makes me go scratch my head like, whoa, this is kind of crazy, you know. And there's a lot of these well established, and they have a big name for themselves, musicians that are, you know, giving me respect and really wanting to work with me. And it's like, what, you know, like you could work with all these other people. And it's like, why do you know, it means a lot because, you know,
it does. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that means you're really making people are really starting to take notice, man. And at 15 years old, man, that says a lot, man. That is big time. So, any other thing before we jump off? I know you got a gig coming up.
Just check my website, Fallbrook Kid.
Oh yeah, where can they find you?
So it's www.fallbrookkid.com, and if you go to the events part of the page, that's where you can find, you know, whenever we're playing and stuff. There's a schedule on there, and we're always updating it, so you might want to check it frequently.
Okay, and then Anthony will post all that when we get off. When we jump off, you're going to reshare this and repost it. And Anthony, here's how we always end the show. It's called the Monster Motivator Roar.
Okay.
All right. Did you see it?
No, I don't remember this
So here's
part.
the deal. Here's the deal, man. You can only be in one state of mind at a time.
Right.
So if you're in victim state, you can't be in gratitude state, right? If you're in if you're in a sad state, you can't be in a happy state. And I always say, why not be in an unstoppable state if you can?
Yeah.
And that's what this does. And also, life always asks you, man, you want to purr like a kitten or roar like a lion? You want to roar like a lion?
Yes.
Attaboy. All right, on three. Here's how it goes. You ready? 1, 2, 3. It's going to go, ah! Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Boy. All right. Brought the heat.